Guys, inside this mystery box right here is something special for the channel. And you can see right here, you don't have any idea what it is, but I do. And right here, this thing is requesting it to be opened. So, I mean, we have to at least do what it says and open this package right now and see what kind of cool things might be inside to benefit the channel. This guy, what is he doing? Let's get this thing unboxed, take a look at it. It might be something cool. What are you waiting for? Let's open it. Supercar Street Racing back, guys. We are in the Supercar Street Racing office. This Mac is loud, this box is not, and today on Supercar Street Racing, we have something special for the studio. This is going to improve my life so much with the Supercar Street Racing 4K studio. We have needed this, we've been suffering without this. There's one more upgrade after this we have to do, but we gotta get this thing open because there's some other things inside here we need to do to this particular product. Let's get this box opened up right now and see what's inside. All right, we got this box in front of us right now, ready to be opened up so freshly. Let's go ahead and get inside this thing and see what is happening here. Yes, this is very loud. I don't know why this does that. And here is the Asustor, or Asustor, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, FS6706T NAS. Network attached storage, right here, looking so fresh and so fly. Also a RAM upgrade for the NAS storage. Let's get this out of the box. Here is the Asustor NAS. You can see it has HDMI. It uses M.2 NVMe SSDs. It has a 2.5 gigabit network port, actually two of them. A quad-core processor, optical audio outs, tons of cool stuff in this box. And on the back, you can see all of the features of the FS6706T right here. Enthusiast grade network attached storage with cloud security. It's got apps. It does a lot of cool stuff. But the best part about having this NAS is this is going to back up all my workflow for Supercar Street Racing. And this is going to all go on here and it will be attached to the network via hardwired. Now let's get this thing out of the box here. There is the label on the top for you guys to check out. Let's get this thing opened. And it has a protective piece of foam right on top of it, and it's in a nice bag there. Let's see what's inside of the box here. What did they give us? Aha, standard power adapter here for the NAS. And then inside here, we do see the actual device in a very cool protective bag. And look how cool this thing is. Guys, you can see on the back there is a USB 3.0 for putting a USB drive, assumably, or a hard drive into it to serve it. You've got your HDMI ports suspiciously upside down, two 2.5 gig Ethernet ports, USB 2.0 ports, and your SPDIF, so you can do optical audio out to a receiver. Then on the front, that peel sat. Oh, I blew it.
These nuts.
That peel sat. It's got some lights on the front here. It looks like maybe power, network, hard drive lights, maybe a power button right there, I think. Pretty cool, guys. All right, let's see what else is in the box. And we do have, oh, okay, I was hoping they gave us a network cable. We do have an Ethernet cable. We got two of them, actually. And we do have this is a cable tie, little cable tie there. Okay, we're back in front of the Asustor NAS now. We have some work to do. We have to get this guy ready for the drives that are coming in later today and also for a RAM upgrade. So let's go ahead and get out. I heard a complaint online about the screwdriver size. So I've tried 3 now, and then none of them fit. Aha, it was the largest one I had. PH2, for those of you who are doing the same thing I am, it's a PH2, so that's Phillips number 2. The RAM appears to be under here. Oh, there it is. The top just slides right off. Okay. Ah, I got the wrong memory.
These nuts.
It's SODIMMs, dang it.
Got him! Got him!
Shoot. Back in front of the Asustor, and I don't know why I thought this used regular RAM. It uses SODIMMs. I did order 16 gigs of memory for this that will be here later today. Same RAM I ordered, PC3200, so that'll be here later today by 10 p.m. along with the drives. But let's take a look at the back of this where the drives go in. So it does have 6 slots for drives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they just slide right in right there. Slides in right here, all 6 of them. The model above this has 12. I didn't think I needed that many. I could always upgrade these to 4s if I want to go 4 terabytes. I did order 6 2 terabyte drives, and they will be in RAID 5, I believe it is. So if one drive fails, you still have enough drives left to rebuild the volume. So that is it for now until we get the drives and the memory in that we can install later. So we'll get back with you guys when we do that. Amazon just came and brought this plethora of 2 terabyte drives for us. We have crucial P3 Plus, PCIe NVMe 4.0, M.2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 6 to go into the NAS. All we have to do right here and right now is get these guys unboxed and installed directly in this NAS. We are still waiting for the RAM though. It should be here any minute. Let's get moving. SSDs are installed, so now we were able to initialize the console. Let's get this thing hooked up and get it going. All right, the unit is powered on. I see lights. We just have a RAM upgrade left after this, so pretty simple. It's still initializing, and we'll need to get to the phone for the next part. Let's get the phone going and switch to that now. Okay, we got the Asustor app installed. It did give an error, but all I did was enter the IP address manually and it actually did go to there. And we have all of the apps here available for the Asustor. And if we go to the storage manager, we have 9 terabytes available. We have 3 gigabytes used, and it is synchronizing the drive, so we will give it some time to do its thing. I set up a user or two. There's some apps we can install. Look at all this good stuff, guys. All this. And services, we can do, we already have SMB on. We have already checked that and it does work. We have a web center and system info. There's all our information for our drive and stuff. Processor, memory, system temp's good. And yeah, guys, next thing we have to do is copy some data to this. All right, got to create a new account. All right, guys, we're back in the studio with our new Asustor NAS, and we have the page called up here. And you can see that right here and right now we have all the apps available here, the file explorer, everything else to do all the settings on the NAS. But what I want to do real quick is go ahead and back up my editing stuff. So if we want to get to the NAS, we got to do 2 backslashes, 192.168.0.210. And it wants my credentials. I'm going to pull those over here. You guys can't see this. And here we have our folders on our brand new NAS. We're going to do editing old NAS. Let's go ahead and drag it and see how long it takes. Now this is coming from a really slow device to a really fast device. So let's see. All right, so that's about as fast as the old device is capable of going. And that says 6 hours. All right, so we're getting about 90 megabytes per second, 110, 112. And I want to see how much, that's actually really fast. 18% memory, 10% CPU, and it's copying at 110 megs per second over a gigabit Ethernet link. So I think I just backed up everything. I just backed up my whole graphics and sound folder in about a couple minutes. Yeah, it's steady about 113 megabytes per second compared to the old NAS was about 30 megabytes per second maximum. So this is four times as fast. Now the rest of this is going to go while I leave the house. And this is a good amount of space that's got to be moved over. So I'm cutting and pasting all these from the old NAS. These are all my renders that I saved. I didn't save everything, I wish I would have, but that's going to take 7 hours at this rate. This old NAS is very slow. All right, we're back in the studio again, and we have some editing footage to do some editing with, and you can see it right here on the screen. Now what you're looking at now is there is a USB 3.0 slot on the front of the NAS. I have the micro SD card plugged into an adapter, and it's plugged right into the front of the NAS, and you're seeing that right here. All this is GoPro footage. Now at the same time, we're copying from the old NAS, which is right here, to the new NAS, and it is limited by the speed of the old NAS read speed, which is 39 megabytes per second. So now we're going to try copying all this footage to the local drive while we're going to actually copy this to the NAS drive so that we can try to edit off of it. We'll see. So let's select it all. Whoops, one more. We're going to cut from the USB drive. We're going to go to the editing drive. We're going to make a folder on the NAS, raw footage, and we'll paste it right here. Let's see how long this takes. So that's getting 94 megabytes per second from USB 3, dropping down to 88, while the other one is writing at 40 plus megabytes. So that is definitely as fast as the computer copies it from the USB stick. So no speed slowdown going from USB 3 on the front of the NAS to inside of the NAS on the actual NAS drives. And now if we pop our activity monitor up, we have 20% CPU, and we are using all of the memory, but we ordered 16 gigs of RAM, and it will be here today. I'm just waiting for it to get here to pop it in. But meanwhile, this is going at 90 megabytes per second, and the old NAS, my Book Live Western Digital, is copying all its backup files. So all the renders that I ever did are coming off of the old MyBook Live and going over to the new Asustor with 12 terabytes. And if we look right here at the drive, you can individually select each drive here and see which one you want to look at activity-wise. But here is the usage. We have used, now remember it's RAID 5, so it's going to use one whole drive for RAID, so that if it fails, it has a one drive tolerance and we won't lose any data. So we only have 9 terabytes after we have a 6 by 2 terabyte array here. We lose 3 terabytes for RAID, so we have 9 terabytes total. We've used 650 gigabytes already, and we're still copying. So here's the homepage of the Asustor, and you can see there's a bunch of different things you can do, and you can add apps to the Asustor as well. Here's our hardware settings. While this stuff is copying, we can take a look at all this stuff. General settings is the ports with auto logout. We're set on DHCP. We can change this to the Asustor. The status, power, LAN, and drive indicators that are on the front of the actual drive. You can disable all the warning buzzers, which is cool. Got an infrared receiver on it, which is also pretty awesome. And direct routing access to the NAS. There you can factory reset it. This is for transcoding, like if you're using Plex, which I am not. So this thing has an HDMI port in the back. I have not hooked it up to the television yet. So I'm going to try to edit off of the NAS and see if I can. Not that I need to do that. I have enough storage, but it'd be interesting. All right. Here's DaVinci Resolve, and here's all of our footage right here. And we go in order.
Special for
playing no problem right off the NAS. 5K 2398. Let's drag the first one. Now, this is directly from the NAS.
Guys, inside this mystery box
no problem
here is something special for the channel.
Flawless. No problem at all with the video on.
Right here. This thing is requesting it to be open, so I mean we have to at least do what it says and open this package right. Thing is request.
Okay, we are back in front of the Asustor app, and you can see that now if we go to the system information, we have 16 gigs of RAM installed, which should help a lot on the caching. So that is going to wrap up this video, but all I wanted to do right here, right now, is also change the name. So I will have to do that in the actual app. But yeah, like I said, this is going to wrap up the video. We did put two 8GB ATEC premium memory sticks in. I'll put a link in the description to those. And we did remove the 4GB stick. And now the Asustor has 16 gigs of RAM. Guys, thank you so much for joining Supercar Street Racing. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you again on the next video.